Hello everyone and welcome back to our videos. Today we will talk about some components that related to the hydraulic systems such as accumulator. Also we have unloading valve. We will start talk about the accumulator. Accumulator or an accumulator is a device having two components separated by a movable partition, and they either piston, diaphragm, bladder. The function of the accumulator is store hydraulic under pressure, prevent pulsing in the system, assisted the pilot when having more than one surface moving, and the last one, compensate pressure. After we talked about the accumulator, now we will talk about the unloading valve. When the system pressure reaches the desired value, the unloading valve automatically kicks out. What's the meaning of kicks out? Which means that it opens the return line to the reservoir and unloads the pump. This pressure sensing, like the check valve, is actually built into the unloading valve and causes the valve to kick in, putting the pump online until the pressure rises the kick out pressure. So we understand from this the unloading valve has two functions, kick out and kick in. Kick out, it will open the valves and will return the fluid into the reservoir. Kick in, that means it will prevent the hydraulic to go or to back to the reservoir and will make it to go to the system, and this means the kick in. And this the accumulator, and in the accumulator we have two diaphragms. One is fluid and the other one is air or nitrogen. Hand pump and stand pipe. The next item to be added to the hydraulic system is a hand pump. Why? To provide pressure for the brakes before the first engine is started. The engine driven pump no longer receives its fluid from the bottom of the reservoir, but now takes it from standpipe. If one of the lines breaks, the engine-driven pump can exhaust the reservoir only down to the top of the standpipe. Here we have the standpipe and here we have the hand pump. Filters and thermal relief valves. To keep the fluid in the system clean, a filter is needed. A typical location for the filter is in the return line to the reservoir, of course. Most filters are equipped with a bypass valve so that If the filter blocks up, the fluid will open the valve and return the reservoir without doing any damage. And this one type of the filter, and you have the inlet, we have the relief valve, the outlet, and here the seal, and this the screen. If the fluid is trapped in the line to the actuator by the selector valves in the neutral position and should expand due to heat, thermal relief valves will offset just enough to relieve the pressure. So now we talked about the relief valve function. Here, adding filter keeps the fluid clean, and the addition of thermal relief valves guards against overpressure due to temperature rise. Special types aircraft hydraulic systems. We have two special types, open center system and hydraulic power back system, and we will talk about them in details. And I will start talking about the open center system. The reservoir, pumps, filter, and system relief valve all function in the same way as in the closed center system, except that in the open center system the two selector valves are in series, while those in the closed center system are in parallel. Since of the valves in the system are in series, the fluid flows out of the tank through the pump through both selector valves and back into the reservoir through the filter. This the open center. As we talked, the selector valve will connect the actuators in series. If it is in parallel, it will be closed. Hydraulic power back system. They incorporate the reservoir, control valve, and many of the auxiliary valves into a single unit. Normally, this type called a power back. In this system, the pump is driven by reversible DC motor into the appropriate direction to lower the landing gear. In this figure, we have a chart that talking about the landing gear. Here we have some components of the hydraulic system. We have a reservoir, we have a gear type pump that will be driven by electric motor. Also we have the shut off valve. Also we have low pressure control, high pressure control, thermal relief valve. We have also here the landing gears, and we have the restrictor. Now when the pump is connected by the motor, it will accelerate a pressure for the fluid, and the fluid will go in this direction and will arrive to the landing gear to pressurize and make them downside.